salam, young man. Your name?
My name is Taki Abbas Muraj.
Taki Abbas Muraj. How old are you, Taki?
I'm 13 years old.
And which mosque is your local?
Leicester.
If the nice man to my left said to me that, or said to you that you want £10,000, what would you do with it?
I would like to firstly help my family, and then I would like to invest in some of my studies so I could get better grades.
Amazing, amazing, lovely answer. Now, tonight, what are you going to be reciting for us?
So I'm going to be reciting spoken word poetry, which I've created myself on the 5 heroes, the 5 Panjatan.
Amazing. Spoken word poetry. Very much down Tahir's field, so let's hear you recite. Go ahead.
The reason why I chose it, I thought it was something that it wasn't really taught along that much, so I thought I'd kind of like remind everyone and talk about how great the heroes are. There is a light that shines the way, fills the darkness every day. There's a city of great wisdom like an angel personified. There is a leader who's our teacher, the greatest of all great guides. He is Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah, our blessed Nabi Habibullah. His message truly was so great, so greatness must have been his trait. He taught with compassion and with mercy to show to a friend or even an enemy. He taught with his actions and led the way. He gave us everything we need so we don't go astray. He's a shining compass for our soul. To live life like him is our goal. Now every father has an apple of their eye. The heartbeat of Rasul is the lady of light, the leader of all women of the universe. So pious, so kind, so generous. My respect for sacrifice is indeed so very high. I cannot express it in words, no matter how hard I may try. She is a blessed prophet's precious rose. Her lofty status only Allah knows. Please cite Allah salawat. Now every believer has a leader. For the youth it's Hassanain. The youths of paradise are blessed to have Hassan and Hussein. He taught us great knowledge. He never wronged or ever lied. He's truly an honorable teacher. His birth is Islam's pride. Donated to the poor many, many, many times. Known for his generosity, his honesty that shines. He is not just purified, he himself is purity. He is not just dignified, he himself is dignity. Now this poem about these heroes is still incomplete without praising the man whose name is my heartbeat. An ounce of his remembrance flowing through our veins is enough for us to break out of our chains. By God, his sacrifice was not at the slightest in vain, as there would be no Islam if it wasn't saved by Hussein.
SubhanAllah.
13th Rajab, born in the Kaaba, son of Abu Talib and Lady Fatima. The wall of the Kaaba opened wide and came out a mother with a child. The first face Ali would see was a smiling face of his Nabi. The mentor that would teach Ali was none other than him, the Nabi. Now on top of this poem, I've created a few extra lines of poetry on the great historical figure, Imam Ali alayhi salam. And it starts something like, every city has a gate, every treasure has a guard. The defender of our faith, for him no battle is ever hard. Thank you. Ya Ali. A warrior whose foes always tremble in his sight. There is no parallel in his heroic might. He shocked them in Badr like a tidal wave. He shocked them in Badr like a tidal wave, be it Uhud or Khandaq, the bravest of the brave. Marhab asked who he is on the day of Khaybar. Marhab asked who he is on the day of Khaybar. I am the one whom my mother named as Haydar. Now the Prophet once said a beautiful quote. I shall spread this beauty by sharing it with you all. Looking at Ali is a form of ibadah. Now let's ponder and check Ali's valor. He battered in Siffin and wiped the enemies. He battered in Badr and thrashed the enemies. He battered in Uhud and destroyed the enemies. He battered in Khaybar and broke the enemies. He's courageous, valiant, fearless, valorous, lion of Allah and the flag bearer.
SubhanAllah, SubhanAllah.
Now I'd like you all to please focus on these next few lines because he was born in the holiest place, the Kaaba. He was raised by none other than the messenger of Allah, married to Lady Fatima, died in the house of Allah, in the state of Salah, in the best position, sajda, in the best states, fasting, and in the best month, Ramadan. Thank you all for listening for my poem.
My guy! My guy! Stand up, guys, stand up. That was phenomenal. That was... Take it all in. Take it all in. Well done. Look at that. Look at that. A 10 out of 10. That was absolutely phenomenal. Where do I start? Wow.
Thank you.
That was absolutely brilliant.
My biggest supporter, well, I don't have one, however, my whole family really have supported me very well. And whenever I'm reciting, they've given me not fake feedback, but real feedback to actually help me improve.
You had us literally for the full 5 minutes. I wish you could have gone on further. Dr. Said Ammar, please.
Killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Thank you.
I loved it throughout. I'm so proud of you. But you were outstanding. The way you went through each of the members of the holy household. And you described to us Hassanin, and you described to us Amir al-Mu'mineen, but not just Amir al-Mu'mineen. You started going Khaybar and Badr and Uhud and Hunayn, and your knowledge of history was shining through. I absolutely loved it. How you got the rhythm, the rhyme. I'm sure Tahir's going to comment very shortly, but the way it all came together was outstanding. Now, sometimes when a person scouts a sports star, they may look at somebody on a football pitch who they've been told is a good right back. But what I see in you is not just spoken word poetry. You have the potential to one day climb the steps of the Mambar.
Thank you very much.
Because you've got the oratory where all of a sudden you can take over a crowd. If you can hold a mic the way you're holding it, I love the way you're holding it. You're not holding it like this. You're already in charge. That's what a person... And honestly, for some of us, when we give lectures, the mics that we do not like are the clip-on mics. I hate the clip-on mics. Why? Because everybody in the crowd can hear me, but I can't hear myself. MashaAllah.
Say
very
a
well
word
done.
on stage presence, because you did maintain a couple of things before, please.
Stage presence. You were moving around. You didn't just stay in one place. This stage is all yours. As the world could be all yours, it could be your stage as well. You looked one way, you looked the other, but the way you expressed your profound love for Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam,
thank you.
That is something outstanding. I see so much talent in you. I'm so proud of you. Well done.
Brilliant.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done. Tahir, your inputs, please.
For me, that was the best performance of the night. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a poet myself, but you blew everyone away.
Thank you very much.
From a poetry perspective, I don't want Sayyid Ammar to steal our poets. We don't want any more speakers. Stick to poetry.
Thank you.
But just to critique you, I think the latter part, the second segment, the third segment was perfect. Your way with words, your wordmanship, the way you flow, everything is perfect. I just take a few pauses in the spoken word side of things. The first, remember, 1 minute? I take a few pauses, let people digest the poetry, the metaphors. Your ability to have mastery over words, and not just words, but to have them flow. That is a talent that you can't teach. And at 13, I didn't know what a metaphor was, and you're mastering them already.
SubhanAllah.
So please do continue. And I think if there was a golden buzzer, they'd definitely give that to you.
2 golden buzzers today. We've been treated quite well in terms of the participants. Thank you very much, Tahir.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Say Jalal, please.
A marvelous performance. I really enjoyed. I really appreciate your memorization, because you memorized all of this. Of course, you have wrote this. Eye contact perfect, your movement, all of the things Dr. Ammar and Dr. Tahir mentioned. But it's better to start your poetry with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, even in your actually wordings. Yeah, start with that. I appreciate your performance. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sayyid Jalal, Sayyid Mason.
I just want the camera to zoom in on this for a minute. The
There we
jib
go.
right here, maybe. This is for you.
That says a number
Thank
10
you.
in
10 out
the
of 10.
audience that can't see it. That's a number 10 on
They can't see it?
his sheet. Tell us more.
So, I think I agree. You were one of the most unique contestants we've had so far. You have a storytelling voice. I could even feel the only thing maybe you were missing is a tune because everything was tempo, everything was there. The veins in your throat, I could see the intensity, I could feel it. From the moment you started, you demanded my attention. I think the world is going to know your name.
Inshallah, thank you.
أحسنتم سيد ميسم. And lastly,
بارك الله فيك.
عشنا
Yeah, you smashed it. Bravo. والله والله. يعني smashed. ما يقولون smashed? Yeah. I think our community needs you.
Thank you.
And you are the Shia Voice discovered you, and you are the future.
Thank you very much.
By the way, I liked your glass. Beautiful glass.
Can I add one last thing? Sorry.
Yes, you can.
You're only 13. To be a good poet, you need to have a lot of people overlook that. You need to know a lot. You need to have a lot of knowledge about history. I could just learn so much from your poetry today, mashallah.
Thank you very much.
Anything you want to say to the judges?
Just thank you, to be honest.
Just thank you, to be honest. Guys, put your hands together for this man. Well done.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Everyone give you positive feedback. How do you feel?
I feel really happy and I'm proud I actually did this.
Amazing, amazing. It's very unique as well. It's like you've got your own style. Did you practice? Clearly, you practiced a lot.
Yes.